What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Highline Prestige. And I've made this video a million freaking times already, and I just keep messing up because I'm too excited. I started working at the shop that I manage right now about 2.5, 3 years ago. I've been smoking cigars since I was 15. I'm 26 now. I've worked at another cigar shop previously before my last job. And I love the cigar industry. I've been in the industry for a while as a consumer and working in the industry. And there was always a couple brands that were like the top of the podium for me. They were brands that I was like, I'm going to get into the damn shop one way or another. It's going to happen. And I want to do it because, one, I didn't go to college, and another reason, I found cigars to be my passion and the area that I want to be in business-wise, career-wise. I want it to be cigars. So I kind of look at it as all the work I do for the cigar shop that I manage. I look at it as like a paid internship in a way. One, I'm getting paid working there, and two, I want to do everything that I can do so that I learn how to do it. And 2.5, 3 years ago when I first started, it was that mindset of, I know more about cigars than the people that were there, and I was able to show them, this is how you sell cigars. This is what kind of cigars we should be carrying, all that stuff. Because before that, I was spending a lot of time at cigar lounges. I had a little business at one point doing website design and stuff like that, and I chose to be at Holtz in Center City, and I would be there every single day, and I would talk to people, and it was incredible. The people there that were working there kind of took me underneath their wing, told me about cigars, taught me. I got to see, the Opus X people being huge into Opus X, and why is that cigar such a special cigar, and it was such an incredible opportunity to be in, and it was an opportunity that you don't really even think of it as like what it was because at that time I didn't really think about being in the cigar industry or anything like that. It was just kind of like making every day a special day, but being able to pursue something that you're passionate about. And fast forwarding, when I first started, I was like, I'm gonna be the one that goes ahead and gets our accounts, because at that time we were going through a wholesaler to get the cigars. And with certain brands, I was like, okay, I'm going to try to get an account with them. La Flor Dominicana, at that time, they weren't taking on new accounts, so that kind of was a flop. Didn't really work out. But from me spending time at Holtz, I was able to meet, and I ended up meeting in the past the Ashton rep. So I was able to call him up and be like, yo, buddy, long time no see, but we need to get an account, So he'd stop over, we were talking, able to get an account with them. We were able to get an account with My Father's Cigars. We were able to get an account with J.C. Newman and Arturo Fuente and all that stuff, And it was such a special experience because they were the ones that were talking to me. I was the one talking to them. So at the end of the day, I had their contact information in my phone. They had, vice versa, mine in their phone. They knew me. I knew them. It was building a relationship between person to person, but also building a relationship between a store and a brand. So that, in general, just taught me so much. Now, there was a brand that I've loved for so long, and I think it's one of those things that when you can't have something, you want it even more. And for me, I'm not a millionaire. I'm smoking in my Honda right now. And for me, one of the brands was Davidoff. Davidoff, to me, was a very premium brand. It's a very expensive brand as well. And it's taken me a long time to be able to get to that point to be able to buy Davidoffs. I still can't buy, boxes of them. But I remember there was a time when it was like, saving every single dollar just to buy one Davidoff to really enjoy that cigar. That was just always like the Ferrari of cigars. I love Ferrari, so I'm going to say Ferrari of cigars. But when I'm talking to my customers and they ask about that brand, Davidoff, or when I'm selling Avos, Camachos, and I'm like, it's blended by this brand called Davidoff, which is like the Rolex of the cigar world, or the Cartier, the Coco Chanel of the cigar world. Or, because I used to be a previous mechanic and I love cars, used to be, or is, the Bentley or the Rolls Royce of the cigar world. Okay? This is a brand that you can't choose them, they got to choose you kind of thing. And this is a brand, and this is a deal that I've been working on for the past 2.5, 3 years, talking to different reps, different management, trying to get people to come down to take a look at the lounge, in which they weren't doing, a lot of back and forth communication. And now it's to a point where today I received a phone call saying, Serge, you got it. I got Davidoff. Finally. Let me take a puff. But like right now you could go get a Davidoff account, but you're not getting these cigars. You're not getting the late hour. You're not getting the Grand Cru. Maybe they even made it more difficult now to get a regular Davidoff account, but the regular Davidoff account, you'd be able to get your Avos, your Camacho, your Cusano, La Fontana, bunch of different little things like that. Baccarat, I believe, I could be slightly off, and now Ferriotagos. Those are all distributed through Davidoffs, but you're not going to be able to get these guys. They make it very difficult, but it's not, I guess it's not difficult, but it's more selective. They make it very selective on who's getting their Davidoffs, because Davidoff in general, as a brand, they want those cigars to be represented in specific places with specific clientele. With there's a lot of criteria that goes into it. But at the end of the day, I finally got the Davidoff account for the shop, and I'm just absolutely blown away. And thank you so much, because it's just incredible. I can't wait to see what kind of relationship we could build with Davidoff for our shop. And it's one of these things too that for New Jersey, I believe there's only 3 places that are certified retailers of Davidoff. So it's one of these things where there's a little gray area where people buy boxes or trade boxes from other people, and then they sell them in their shop, and they do all these little things. I'm not saying that's completely wrong, but I wanted to go in the 100% the right way of, we're not selling it if we don't have an account with it. And bam, we finally got an account. There's no one in this area, South Jersey and even Central Jersey, I believe, that carries Davidoff and is or certified as a Davidoff retailer. Now, we're right near the bridge into Philadelphia as well. So, I mean, it's just so freaking cool to be able to say that we're a Davidoff retailer. And for me, I'm pretty sure, I want to say, I'm 26 now, but I want to say that I might be possibly one of the youngest people to be able to broker a deal with Davidoff, to get Davidoff in the shop that I manage. Maybe, possibly, I think I could be, even though I started like a couple years ago. But I'd say there's probably not that many people that have been able to do it. So it's just a little achievement in my mind, in my career of choice. And, for the shop, I can't wait to see what happens in the next couple months. I'm just blown away. And I'm so excited that I'm able to share this awesome news with you guys. And it's kind of cool because the next review, or the next cigar review video, was actually going to be the Davidoff Nicaragua 10th anniversary. So kind of crazy to be able to be like, I'm going to upload this Davidoff video, and then bam, this happens. I get the approval today. They're going to send me over the contract for me to sign. Anyways, guys, Thanks for hearing me mumbling around. And thanks for all the support with everything. And if you guys missed the other videos, Halloween, I'm giving away personalized, engraved one of one humidor. So go check out the other videos if you guys want to get a chance to win the humidor. And just like that, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Enjoy.